Hello everyone and welcome back to Jetzburg. Really excited for today's episode. We got a lot planned for today, but first we're just going to go over some little changes that I've made off camera. So I was having a lot of issues with water levels in this area, so I did go through and do some resets off camera, and to kind of maybe just walk you through that real quick. If you're having this problem, go into your developer mode. And if you come into simulation and then water, you can hit the water to sea level button, and that'll raise it back up to your sea level. Keep in mind that you just need to maybe check where that is. So that white line that's kind of around here, you'll see that that's kind of by sea level. And if you have the water tool or water features mod, you'll see I do have a sea water source here. So this will set the height for the sea level around the map. If you don't have one, I think you can just place it and it'll basically do the same thing. So just keep that in mind if you're going to raise the sea level. I have to move some water pumps as well. One other thing is this key wall that I made that was custom. It had no road access and some of these parks were faced onto the road, so we're having some crime issues as well. So kind of sorted that out. And then one other little fix is I was kind of just looking around the map and admiring these buildings here and some of the colors that we used over here, like the green and I think the purple as well. And yeah, I decided to kind of translate these buildings or transition these buildings away from just straight white that I made a lot of them to adding in some color. And I did the same thing with the townhomes just to kind of blend those together a little bit as well. So overall, just tiny little things, but yeah, on to the main build for today. So we've been working in these two areas for the last little while and concentrated most of our city in between these two spots, Prospero and this other town that we have here, Parker Glen, that still needs a name in case anyone is watching and wants to give a name suggestion. But yeah, we have a little bit of blank space that we'll fill in it probably at some point. But for the most part, what I'd really like to do is transition more into a larger city downtown sort of vibe. So we're going to be building basically a focal point today. Here we'll lay out some roadway networks and other infrastructure, and then we'll probably spend several episodes developing all around this bay and kind of stretching back as well. So I'm really excited for this to come together. I think there's also maybe going to be an airport at some point. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So yeah, you definitely want to stay tuned for the next little while to catch that. So yeah, let's get right into it as it transitions to summer. Great. So to start off, we're going to unlock a few items in the development tree. So we're going to come into our Parks and Recreation. Well, I remember one of the things that was mentioned on the last video is someone suggested we needed some more tourism opportunities in the city, and I strongly agree with that. So we're going to go ahead and unlock those, and I think that'll probably be it for today. I don't think I plan on needing anything else quite yet. Again, we're going to do a lot of expansion. Again, we're going to probably be building kind of a focal point here. We'll look at developing the waterfront. There'll be a harbor probably over on this side. We'll see the airport somewhere over here. And we'll also be working on some more industrial, which will also bring in some more jobs as well. So yeah, lots of things planned for this whole little bay area, but I'm pretty stoked for that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come into our tourist attractions, and we're going to grab the observation tower. And this is the kind of tall focal point that I want to work with. We're going to take our terrain heights, and I'm just going to move this far enough back over here, and then later on if we need to with move it, we can definitely make some adjustments, but I'm going to place that right there, and I'm just going to pause for a little bit while we work on this. Also just want to measure out a little bit, so we're going to grab the small pedestrian street, and we're going to come right in front of the building here, about there, and then we're going to take this out, I think, to about 100 or so meters. You know what, let's even just do 120, that works. And then we'll go, no, changed my mind already. A little shorter, just for what I have kind of planned. So let's see if we can find the middle again, 144. So something around there should work. So we'll come out probably to about, let's see, let's do 56. And then we're basically going to come into the continuous tool here. And we'll just go out to, let's go with 200. And we should be able to come right around, line it up with the other guideline here on the back. And then we'll right click and just basically replicate that by going out again to 200 meters. And once it's there, clicking once, and we'll come right back into that guideline there. And now we have this nice little circle around. And yeah, what we can do is then just connect up a few more of these roads. And then we'll definitely be detailing this up a little bit later, but this will have the access that we need. And yeah, I think this is going to be a really good sort of focal point to build our city around. So the next asset I like to place is a train station, and we're going to take advantage of the modern architecture central train station. And so we're going to take that info view off, then looking at our terrain lines, we're going to probably place it relatively centered with the tower. So let's grab our pedestrian road again real quick just for some measuring. We'll come out about straight there to 120, and then we'll just sort of kind of try and find the center right around there should work. And then if we grab our train station again, we'll just line it up with that road guideline. It's gonna shift a bunch of the terrain, but that's okay. We'll fix it up a little bit later. Might have to just anarchy that in so that it'll work. Like, oh, come on. All right, doesn't always want to behave, but that's okay. We can just sort of flatten everything out real quick, make some space, and then we'll fix this terrain a little bit later. Anyways, so we'll put that right there like so, and then yeah, we can clean up the terrain. But I think this is going to be kind of a really good sort of, again, focal point, especially looking this way. If we go into that info view so we don't see all the warnings, that's going to definitely be some nice views of the city on that side already. So we will be connecting this train station with our other local station and extending our local line. So what we're going to do is, it's going to be quite a long extension, but what I'm thinking is we'll come into our tracks here, and we'll have our terrain lines on, and we'll try and make this sort of, without lack of better terms, and if you know me well, this will be quite funny when I say it, but as straight as possible. And we'll run that probably all along the coast here, just for like a nice sort of view as you're riding the train. Kind of reminds me, if anyone's ever taken the train between Zurich and Geneva, there's a lot of sort of train lines that run along the lake and all that kind of stuff, so it's something I quite enjoy. I'm sure that happens in a lot of other mountainous countries all around the world, but that's the one that sticks out the most to me. So we'll probably use the continuous tool here just to connect, or maybe even complex curve. And so we'll just come out at a 180, and then we'll make sure we have that lined up there, and then hook it into that guideline there. And if we ever decide to take this into the external line as well, I guess we'll probably connect that up as well. So I don't see why we wouldn't actually want to have the external connection. So let's go ahead and we'll grab this as well. And I don't know why this line looks a little funky, so I might clean that up. I think that looks a lot better. And then if we just use the straight curve function, we should be able to go straight into this one as well, like so. And now that's hooked up both ways. And yeah, we can adjust our train line a little bit later, but we'll make sure to get this hooked in down here as well for a while before this whole area is fully functional. So in front of the station, I want to make sure we have some good road access and parking as well. So I'm going to remove that. I'm also just going to clear out a bunch of trees just so I can see a little bit better. But I want to make use of a lot of the new roads and assets and also mods that we've been getting lately. You know, I'm still really hoping that asset mods will be here soon. But anyways, let's go ahead and we'll grab one of the parking roads. And I think we'll just use the one-way angled parking road here. And I guess I'll go ahead and remove this bit of road there as well. So we'll run that straight in front of the train station like so. There is parking on the asset as well, but I just figured this would probably be a little bit of additional parking. It looks like there's a few other areas that want some road access, which is a bit surprising, but we'll see. Maybe if I just bring this a little further back. All right, makes everyone happy. There was a road entrance there and down here as well. So. And then in terms of the actual road access to this, what I wanted to do is we'll maybe take a 3-lane road, but I want to customize it just a tiny bit. So I want to have a bit of a collector system kind of running through here. So we'll go ahead and grab our parallel mode, and I'll bring the spacing out quite far, I think, probably you know, I think even 5. Yeah, one more, 6. Let's do that right up to 6 like so. I think that looks good there. And then what I'm going to do back here is just place a little bit of road, but then we're going to hop into the road builder mod. And we'll see if this kind of works the way I want it to, but we are going to add in a median just off one of the roads there. And we'll just see how that works. Perfect. And then what we'll probably do is, yeah, I think what we'll actually do is we'll move this lane there, and then we'll put down that as vehicle only for now. And then we'll move another car lane on this side. And then I'm going to, oh, that's already no parking, perfect. So put another car lane there, and we will allow transit, I think, through there. We'll do vehicles for now, and if we have to, we can edit it a little bit later. But then what we'll do is we'll grab a picker, and yeah, we will just need to shorten this up a little bit. So I kind of just, we'll take off the parallel mode there. We'll just hook the road in there temporarily, and then we'll upgrade this one back to its original form there. And then by just removing this road there, what we can do is grab a 1-lane road, and we'll just sort of hook it right into this one, kind of like so. Oh, not quite like that. Let's go ahead and actually just extend this road out just a little bit further. I'll get the directionality fixed here in just a second, but well, I promise my vision will come to life in just a moment. But we'll get that right up to about there, then just flip it around. And yeah, I just wanted to have like a little bit of a different sort of road style, you know, take advantage of all the mods and stuff that we have now. And so we'll have this sort of meridian road, or yeah, that, you know, people basically can't sort of just turn off into, like it'll just be a sort of a one-way thing. So we'll have to customize this junction a little bit, but yeah, that's basically going to be the plan. So we'll just grab that road again, and we'll just set this to upgrade, and we'll make sure that we can get this hooked nicely into place like so. And then I'll come back and customize this junction in just a moment, but yeah, that'll be the plan there. I think even for this road here, to be honest, if we kind of come into road builder, we could see if we can adjust the angle of the parking. Yeah, so if we do the 60-degree as well there, then it should kind of line up with the other road. And then I think even just using a little bit of move it in the manipulation mode, we should be able to adjust this node ever so slightly, kind of line that up a bit better like so. And yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that. So far we have a few pieces of infrastructure built. It doesn't really look like much. The next thing we really need to do is get obviously some road connections down over here. And yeah, just kind of looking around the map where we could do so. I think the best thing to do is probably to come and run the rest of this highway down this way as well. I'm going to parallel it kind of towards the rail line, but not super close, because I think we're going to want to leave a bit of a buffer, probably out maybe this far or so around the whole bay, just to leave space for us to build. We'll actually probably have some service interchanges along the way, and then we'll see maybe about trying to tunnel it out under the water off the map again, and kind of make it this whole ring highway that goes around most of the city, just because I think that's going to be the best option. We all know trying to go over sea pass can be a bit difficult. Granted, the terrain is a little bit lower here, but yeah, what I think I'll do is maybe do that in a bit of a building time lapse, and then we'll be back. All right, so we have our highway hooked up, and I just placed down this interchange here and then just kind of connected it up. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it's looking, to be honest. And I think the highway does make a nice little shape over our whole downtown. Again, we're going to be building probably right down to the shoreline here, so we got ourselves a lot of space. Eventually we'll clean up some of this, but yeah, overall I'd say pretty well well connected. You know, at some point we could look at building another sort of interchange between the highways somewhere, maybe over here where it's a bit of a straighter path, and that'll help run a highway off into the other parts of the map. But we'll see if we build this far. We'll see how far my PC will let me go in Jetzburg, but you know, we're already approaching 100,000. But anyways, I digress. So yeah, overall I'd say I'm pretty happy with how this is looking. In terms of just probably what comes next, I think is we'll just have to maybe build out a little bit more of our road infrastructure. So yeah, if I'm completely honest, we'll probably just grab again this parallel mode up to 6. We'll hook it into our kind of collector couplet that we have going here, and we'll just bring that kind of straight out this way for a little bit, and then I think I want to almost have it sort of start to mirror the highway, so we'll probably grab the continuous tool as well. We'll bring that up kind of nice and close to about there, and it won't be like a perfect mirror, but yeah, we'll kind of have it just run straight down this way as well, and I think we'll probably eventually terminate it or hook it into a interchange or something like that, but for now we'll just kind of corner this off for now. Again, like I said, we've got a lot of building to do in this area, but yeah, I think the other main thing is just deciding if we're gonna probably connect up power and water somehow. Yeah, in terms of building, I think maybe what we'll do is I'll place it there, and it's probably not going to permanently live there, but I think for now, just to get the power going, we'll have that there, and then we can kind of just run this larger electric cable kind of maybe up to the highway, and then we'll run it under the highway all the way kind of down this way. Let's see where we have an opportunity for perfect. Right here looks like we have an opportunity for connection, so that'll bring the power over there, and that should hopefully prevent any sort of those grid locking issues that you can have. Now in terms of the water, I think the same thing, we'll just have to hook up the pipes, and I'll just do that. All right, so we should be able to unpause now as everything hopefully is now hooked up. This doesn't have the power yet though, but that's okay. We can grab our pedestrian street and we can hook it in. Honestly, straight across probably works. It goes kind of right into the front of the train station there. So and I'll leave the lights on as well, to be honest, because again, we're going to favor probably some pedestrian connections here. I think the only thing we'll probably adjust is just in our connector tool here. That will just won't allow no U-turns, unsafe, and I'll just remove that connection there. So you're only going to go straight on. And I think same thing if you're going to... That's going to whine at me. Okay, well, I'll leave that there, and hopefully that doesn't create too many problems. Like vehicles won't use it, but we'll do the same thing on this side. And we'll just turn off that connection there. And that should hopefully work. Maybe doing the same thing down here again. Let's just double check. Can I take that connection out? Yeah, that might help a little bit anyway, so. But yeah, now the only thing really left to do is continue to sort of just build out the roadway network. And I think what I'll probably do again, honestly, is just a bit of a time lapse again. Alright, so I originally was going to time-lapse it, but I kept changing my mind about the road configuration, so it just would have been a painfully long time-lapse of me placing and deleting roads. So what I've kind of come up with is on this side I've started a basic grid structure, and it does look a little funky here, and that's basically because we're trying to follow the terrain lines along this edge here. So we'll kind of have everything a little bit more gridded up here. We're going to kind of try and develop these squares into kind of like parcels, and I'll get into that a little bit later episodes, but we're not just going to zone around the edges and call it a day. So in terms of this area, yeah, I've left it open for now. Possible park space or transition. We are going to build kind of down into this area, but we will have to do some more terraforming, and we're not going to do that today. So other than that, yeah, just through in a couple sort of semicircle roads around this tower. We are going to put different buildings in this area again. There's lots of building to come, and then I've left this open just for future expansion for now. And then I did add in a couple roundabouts here just to try and make a bit of a transition space. So hopefully this doesn't get too terribly busy, but what I have done is I've placed another interchange down here that came with the game, and then I just placed roundabouts on it because I find the dumbbell works just a tiny bit better, and then used these nice floral roundabouts, which I just love. You know, florals for spring. And groundbreaking. Anyways, and then I also placed down another interchange over here as well, and then just kind of ended our couplet into this collector, and then used roundabouts again just to kind of keep traffic moving. So yeah, overall the highway seems to be functioning well. We've already got lots of traffic coming down it as well. I have extended the train line, I believe, out here as well. Yes, so we've got some more trains on this line. Should actually probably just take a quick look at it real quick. Got 2 vehicles. I'm going to put it up to 4, and I'm going to keep it free for now because we're still making lots of money, so there's no real need to take that down for now. But yeah, this area should start getting quite busy. So what I'm actually going to do now instead is go into a different time lapse, and what I wanted to do was really detail up just this little area here around the tower to start our detailed downtown. everyone, I couldn't be more happy to see this final project come together. And while it is quite small and took me a lot of time, I'm not always the world's greatest detailer. I am very pleased with how this has come out. A special shout out to El Jando for all your services that you've been putting on Paradox mods. They really help bring these cities to life. Like, I just can't get over the reflection abilities of these surfaces. Like, this is just unreal. I never imagined that I'd be able to build anything like this in City Skylines. So yeah, I'm just really excited to keep on going here with this start of our downtown. You know, there's not much left to really review. In the detailing time lapse, I just did, you know, put a fence around here. I changed some surfaces. I wanted to do more, but I think the replacement tool for the area bucket is currently not working. There was the patch today as I finished recording this. So also a huge shout out again to the modders that I was able to actually finish this build today. You know, that was a pretty good turnaround time, but yeah, I took advantage too of a lot of the new parks that we got, as well as using the passage park. Again, kind of just using these parks to our advantage, and then the better bulldozer, shout out to the modders a third time, to be able to just remove the things that I didn't want, and then yeah, just add in a little bit of extras. Of course, there's going to be some homeless camps unfortunately in these right away, but alas, someday that bug will hopefully be fixed, or we'll finally have enough housing. I mean, our demand bars are through the roof. So yeah, in terms of the city statistics, I've been running it while detailing. Obviously, I don't have a lot of seniors, so now our unemployment has shot up again. So that'll take some time to balance. So we're just going to kind of build as we see fit, to be honest, until the game kind of balances itself out again from the patch. But overall, I'd say pretty happy with this detail. And with the sun setting, this also means the end of today's episode. If you did enjoy it, please do consider liking or subscribing, leaving a comment below, and let me know what buildings you'd like to see in this build and around in this area, and help shape this downtown. But until then, I'll catch you next time. So take care, everyone, and bye-bye.